Alright, we should be live. What's Gaming Gamers? It's your boy Olino, and I'm coming at you live with more Hearts of Iron 4 on our A to Z playthrough, where we are now playing as Estonia, a nation with custom content. I forget which DLC added the custom content, but we have a custom content, and I'm very excited. Plan on doing the historical path, but we're going to do the thing where, we're going to avoid being annexed. Well, we're not going to acquiesce to being annexed, so, I guess we'll try and fend off the Soviet Union with 1.1 million core population because we're not going to expand or join the Axis or anything. So this might be kind of difficult, guys. um, but let's get into it. But first, I got to send the links out. So that's always really, really fun. HOI4 Estonia. Post there and open an application, post there, and then on Twitter. Uh, Copy the link. I usually share the YouTube link. Maybe I should also share the Twitch link, but I don't know. I gotta like save these hashtags or whatever because I'm getting. I don't know. Seems a little bit inefficient or whatever, but uh, yeah. Post that, and then my live managed stream. Okay, pause that because I don't really need to pre unstable. See, it complains about unstable, but nobody's like complaining in Twitch, right? About it. I mean, if you guys see the quality being bad on Twitch, just let me know and we can try to fix that. Try and tune the bit rate or something. Um, Maybe I should reduce the bit rate for the stream overall. I don't know, but I want the stream to be good on YouTube for the VOD. So, um, yeah. So, oh right, I wanted to. I don't know how I can share this very easily, but audio on the phone. Oh, that was a good thing I did that. I want to see my own account. Can I see myself being live on the mobile app? View channel. Yeah, I am live. Okay. Share, copy link. Some people do their live streams and they have like 10 minutes or whatever of waiting or whatever. So I kind of don't feel too bad being like, hey guys, just wait a little bit while I set it up. And you're watching the VOD, you can just skip to when the action starts. Okay, there we go. So we should all be good on that front. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well, having a good night. It's almost the weekend. I would say. So here's the situation, okay? We're Estonia. So for those of you who don't know, historically, Estonia got annexed by the Soviet Union in the lead up to the war between Germany and the Soviet Union during World War II. So the question is, what is the historical path? I'm assuming it's the era of silence. Usher in a new era. Yeah. Let me double check this. That because I have to admit, guys, I'm not an expert on pre-war Estonia. I'm gonna be just completely honest. Um, History, World War II, a week before the outbreak of World War II. Okay, so Estonia declared neutrality, but this proved futile. So they don't really have a whole lot about this. Okay, an interwar period. Prussian period of corporatist authoritarian rule. Estonia won the War of Independence. Estonia politics dominated by unstable coalition governments. Period of the era of silence. Okay, so it is the era of silence. Period began with preemptive self-coup, which then Prime Minister Estonian Konstantin Pats carried out by the popular VAPS movement. Okay, so I don't know what squash the opposition is relative to. I'm not sure which of these is like a break the silence or whatever. But I'll just kind of go with whatever once we get through this. But I mean, as long as I know the era of silence is what we need to do, then that's good enough for me. What is our one infrastructure to all our states? 4 civilian. Oh no. Did they do the thing where you get crazy buffs from. They did it. Oh, again, we're going to do a rework or add content to a Hearts of Iron 4 country. That means we're going to buff that country like nobody's business. So yeah, so I don't know how important it is to do this era of silence immediately, or man, plus 15% political power. But I think we really need those. I mean, we get factories from this also, like +1 infrastructure everywhere. So like, how are we doing? So our states, 3 infrastructure. Okay, so that does actually give infrastructure to every state, but like that's so many factories. Because I think we're gonna have until 1940, 1941 before Germany tries, or before Soviet Union annexes us. I'll have to see which of these work out better. Sorry guys, I'm gonna need all the advantages we get. We gotta get that 4 civilian factories. Like 4 civilian factories is just insane, considering we start with like 6 factories. So let's do it. Rejoin the railways. Do we start with artillery? Yeah, we do. I am thinking we go superior firepower, question mark, because we're probably going to have to do 10 with the divisions. Start with 3 research slots. Let's go. I'm liking this. I mean, we're definitely going to need tanks. We're going to need big tanks to fend off the Soviet Union, so I'm kind of debating. I wonder if we're going to have so little manpower that heavy tanks might actually make sense. Decisions. My heavy tanks are just really expensive, though. It's probably at 12.8 versus 3.6. Yeah, I mean, mediums are just so much more economical. So That's probably what we gotta do. But do I want to invest in mediums right now, or do we want to just go ahead and get construction going? Because we don't have a big industrial base, and construction tech will benefit us immediately for building. Yeah, let's go for construction. I think we've got a little bit of breathing room here. So yeah, okay, so this one buffs everywhere except Harju, which is our capital. Do we get infrastructure in to 5 research slots? I'm just trying to see if we get another infrastructure that's worth Okay, so we can get early mobilization. Our war support's pretty high though, so we could probably go to partial mobilization. We have this like Baltic Entente stuff, which is pretty meh. I mean, I doubt we're going to be able to do that. So I think what we'll do instead is... okay, so there's no infrastructure, so I think it's worth it to build just some infrastructure early on, because I assume this state has the most... Yeah, the state has the most building slots out of all our states. So, yeah. And of course, as always, debug smooth 3 performance. Turns off frame smoothing, and my frames are already pretty smooth. Let me grab all my troops. Veteran anti-Bolshevik. Okay. Good field marshal. Don't love that, but he's level 3 logistics, so we'll take it. Put these guys. So we act. Okay. So let's do. Thank you, game. Well, I guess for right now, yeah, we do have small. So they're gonna annex Latvia. So they're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 provinces we have to defend. So more than we had to defend with Denmark, but conceivably we should be able to get pretty high land forts. What's the Estonia route, gamer? We're doing historical. So we're doing the era of silence, where this guy, Konstantin Potts, I don't know how to pronounce the A with the umlaut over it. Basically, he did a self-coup in 1934 to prevent the fascists from taking over. So, you know the drill. In order to prevent the fascists from taking over, you establish an authoritarian government so that you don't have fascism. But that's what we're doing. And then we'll probably do Break the Silence. I don't know how much, like, I think realistically you don't get, like, historically they don't get to this part because they get annexed by the Soviet Union, presumably by this cave to enemy pressure or whatever. But, yeah, so I think to make this a little bit more challenging, what I want to do is I'm going to try to not join a faction, just fight the Soviet Union of little old Estonia with 1.1 million people, and we'll see if we can fend off the Soviet Union. I don't think it's impossible, but I also don't think it's going to be easy. And maybe we'll get to unify the Baltics. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Denmark was boring because I was like, oh man, Germany's gonna try to attack us, and then they didn't like our level 10 forts. So, yeah. What kind of divisions we got? We have an Air Force? Get out of here. Do I have a Navy? No, no Navy. A big concern for me, though, is going to be if the Soviet Union tries to do naval invasions. If they do naval invasions, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, we'll get some infrastructure built. But yeah, because we can just jump. I mean, we'll probably... Oh yeah, I guess I should have looked at what the... Subservient ultranationalist. Minus 15% consumer goods factor. Minus 5% resistance target. Interesting. These are some interesting advisors, what they give you. Looks like, though, we don't get very many advisors from all our restrictions. So yeah, we're going to go to partial mode first. And then, I guess, army morale. Both of these advisors aren't very good, but... Four civilian factories, let's go. Estonia's like, guys, let's just modernize our industry. For too long, Estonia's output has been defined to agriculture no more, was couched for our industry. In 70 days, we're going to double our industrial output. That's madness. Absolutely wild. Do we export anything? Barely anything. So honestly, probably worth it for us to go to free trade also, because we don't really have domestic resources. I mean, I get that. And then... invest in Baltic trade. Probably gonna want to invest in Baltic trade, get the naval dockyards. I think we'll want to get these extras. I mean, these are so many good... these are some really good bonuses. Like... I guess they want to make Estonia strong. I mean, the big thing that's going to kill us is our manpower. We have so little population. I mean, I think this is even less than El Salvador had. Like... okay, but not by much, because El Salvador was like 1.4 million, we're 1.1 million. But El Salvador didn't have to worry about the Soviet Union invading it, so, you know, consider that. Democratic opposition. Eh. Yeah, going to partial mobilization. The big thing is getting rid... well, it's twofold. We reduce our consumer goods factories, so that frees up more of our civilian factories to actually build stuff and be useful. In what way is a military dictatorship socialist? But then also, we get rid of this minus 30% construction speed penalty for civilian factories, and then you replace the minus 30% military factory construction speed penalty with plus 10%, which is also very good. I think we're going to want... I'm going to go disperse because Soviet Union might bomb us. So just go disperse just to be safe. That factory output benefit is marginal. What does non-aligned get? Okay, so non-aligned doesn't get a special officer corps deal. It would be kind of nice to flip democratic. I suppose that's what Break the Silence does. Makes us democratic. Or progresses us towards being democratic. Establish the... oh, okay, just establish that. Okay. Yeah, I mean... I am going to want to do that, but I just need all these factories early on. Okay, so, this is... I would... wait, Harju? Oh, well, Harju's our core province. This doesn't really benefit us. At all, because if we get knocked down to our capital, we're already toast. So... yeah, let's... I mean, but I want that... oh, well, we're going to want that resource. We're going to want these military factories. We're going to want this National Defense Council bonus. We want everything. But I'm definitely going to want to get that resource one updated. So let's do that. Those 3 military factories will be useful. Hard to start with limited conscription. Ugh. I'm probably going to need to max out recruitable population. We're definitely going to want... I gotta research tanks. We gotta be moving. We gotta be moving tanks along. There's so many techs I have to research to get good tanks. I think we're going to go our standard mediums, improve small cannon. I know it's not exciting, but because it's what we do every time, but hey, if it works. Let me do something real quick here. Oh, yep, partial mobilization time. Yippee. Now let's get those military yeah, because I think I want this construction, but, well... Oh, this gives us military factories, not civilian factories. Okay, yeah, sure, we'll go ahead and just get that. And then I'll just build more civilian factories because we have the 16 civilian factory threshold, so I'm pretty sure we'll just have to build civilian factories to get up to that. Go ahead and research interwar artillery because we'll need that for medium tanks. Which, if we have a bunch of military factories, that's what we're going to be doing. And also, I'm going to have to use so many factories. I hope that 16 civilian factories does not consider factories we've lost because of trade, but it probably does. So that's going to be annoying. Ethiopia capitulated. Guess where we're heading next after Estonia, guys? Next gamers, next E country. Let's do dispersed industry for the extra building slots. Now that says put more factories in our high infrastructure state. Anti-Comintern pacts. May as well do it to buff Germany's opinion of us, because we don't have any, we're not going to do any path that requires interaction with the Soviet Union, because we're not going to appease the Soviet Union. Well, not willingly. Go ahead and assign our infantry. Has complete focus on Vipers. That's not. It's not different. It's not. Why do I? Okay, so you get the Sten submachine gun, so plus 5%. Okay, well, that is kind of nice, but I'm not going to worry about it. You generally want reliability first, and then reduce. Wait, no. You want the extra reliability again, and then like armor, and then that, and armor versus soft attack production output. In that instance, probably want the plus 5% soft attack, I think. Go ahead and import from France, I guess, to buff France a little bit for all the good it'll do them. And I have no army XP, so I can't even design a tank if I wanted to. Probably need to get an army XP advisor. I don't know if I want to go get More military factories is going to squeeze our civilian production, unfortunately. So I think we got to start doing Era of Silence now. State elder ushers in a new era for Estonia, an era with no elections, no dissent, no resistance. The nation must enter an era of silence. That's not ominous at all. Can I see? Okay, so they're not actual generals, so I can't see if they have, like, traits that will motivate them to defect or anything. Can we get more production efficiency, because that's always important. I guess non-combat out of supply penalties. We'll probably get Professional Officer Corps. Like, 5% Army XP gain isn't much, but the minus 5% land doctrine cost, it can add up. 100 XP for a theorist. We'll want to try and get our theory going. I'm not sure if we'll want to do... I mean, if we're doing 10 with divisions, then we probably need superior firepower for the soft attack, but for soft attack and org bonuses to support companies, I think. Even though the extra organization from mobile warfare is really nice. Probably want this. Okay, so yeah, so we have series of veteran societies throughout Estonia organized into a single fascist entity known as the VAPS movement, which threatens to overthrow the government. Must take action to curb the Estonian nationals if we are to maintain the regime in peace. Yeah, we really need to fix that, like, recruitable pop factor and other issues. Oh, shoot. We might have missed a little bit of research. Hello. Do I want to try and get... Oh, cool, we have an infantry expert. That's really good. Although, problem with an infantry expert is that if we do 10 with divisions with tanks to be considered tank divisions, so maybe we'll want to do 6 or 12 with divisions to keep them infantry. I think that'll keep them infantry divisions. Let's go ahead and grab our military theorist. You know what? Let's go ahead and just research, because the upgraded mediums are really good. This one, so a minus 5% doctrine cost. If you do your whole doctrine, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So minus 5% doctrine cost saves you 50 army XP, so you're saving some army XP. And also, daily command... You know, that could be really good for us, actually. Well, our base is 0.3, 0.4, and it gets scaled, so maybe it isn't that good, but I was complaining a bunch of... We were playing El Salvador for the... Oh, but I need it for this. I mean, I would prefer to do anti-fascist raids, but honestly, I should go ahead and do improved work conditions now to get the base stability increase. Um, yeah, I'll just go ahead and like delay everything as much as possible. Ooh, Women's Defense League, modify Republican Defense League, plus 5% recruitable. Oh, that is beautiful. We need that so badly. All right, let's try and get a tank going here. So we'll go ahead and go, because it'll still be, yeah, it'll be 220 days. So we can go ahead and get some interwar mediums going here. $25 XPGs. Okay. Amelia Earhart disappears, a loss for aviation. Oh, I should send a attaché to China. And we have no political power now. Cool. I assume delaying the crackdown is something you only do if you're actually trying to flip fascist. So the crackdown should finish. And should just remove the problem we had, so... Hello, Mumapra, good to see you. Let's, gonna see if we can survive as Estonia. For better or worse. Alright, let's get that attaché sent. Because war support's good, and Army XP in particular will get a good amount from that. Attachés will be sent where we please. Leave us alone, Japan. We're Estonia. Oh, okay, so ideology gives you political loyalty. Interesting. Now, this is the same for fascists that you get. 6 hours ago, Indonesia defeat South Korea in the Asian Football Soccer Cup. For the first time ever, Indonesia reached semifinal in AFC and actually dominate SK in a football match. That's got to be exciting. I assume that, like, football is really big in Indonesia because it's, like, the big international sport. Do I want to keep going planning and logistics? I mean, honestly, I kind of default to this. Well, yeah, I mean, stacking troops means you want the extra logistics. I'm gonna go ahead and do this so I can get some political power going, like, seriously. These political power gain malices are not fun. I also think I'll want to try and get an anti-fascist raid off before it's gone. I don't know if we'll be able to. Go get infantry equipment bonuses. The old constitution study preventing protecting its people from fascism and tyranny has been decided that a new constitution must be drafted to secure the nation and time restore the democratic traditions that the Estonian people fought and died for in 1918. Hooray, so I think we did it. We eliminated the Vapsid revolt. There any time whatever U.S. sport, famous sport, that their quality just skyrocketed, dominating matches was considered not impossible. That's what's happening right now. So the U.S. doesn't really compete internationally, like, because our big sport is like, well, our big sports are like football and I'd say probably football, basketball, and then baseball. I would say, um, are sort of the big U.S. sports, and nobody and American football, and nobody outside of America really plays American football. So, uh, I do think that you have had teams in America, like football teams, where they'll just like jump in quality or sometimes like dramatically fall off, and a lot of that can be driven by just having like one or two like really good players. In particular, like a really good quarterback. Like a really good quarterback can like make or break a team. I'm not a big sports guy, so, but I played some sports video games. At the same time, though, you do have institutions. Like, I think Alabama is considered, like, a dominant, like, college football school. Not necessarily that they always win, but they're a pretty dominant, they usually, like, ranked #1, typically. And so they're a pretty strong school when it comes to football, and dethroning them would be quite the achievement. I just have to build... I mean, we're gonna get more civilian factories. I do those? Do I want to do... Where do I have more building slots? 3 and 3. I mean, I guess I have dockyards there, so I guess try and build more civilian factories there. Well, I guess I don't want to use infrastructure because we already have some pretty good construction bonuses, so I don't think it's worth it to build infrastructure. I'm trying to think for the Olympics. I think the US does pretty well on the Olympics. Organizational loss from below 25%. I wonder how much victory or death is really helpful. Alright, I'm going to save for the doctrine, because I really don't know which doctrine is the best here. Because I want to do tanks, which would imply mobile warfare. But we're also going to be relying pretty heavily on support companies, which would imply superior firepower. Do I want to try and rush rocket artillery so that we can have both rocket artillery? Because that would give a lot of attack and a lot of damage on a division by division. I'm gonna try that. So we're gonna go for superior firepower. Do I have to design a new tank soon? Do we get the new tank design? Yeah, we did. Well, let me design. I never made the first tank. Gonna be on the defensive. I don't know that we really are gonna need flame tanks. And I'm not gonna put fuel drums because again, we're gonna be primarily defensive, so I'm not gonna worry about fuel drums for these initial tanks. Let's see what our reliability is. So if I slap on a diesel engine, that's pretty solid, I think. Do I want to go for the 3 minus 25 8? I mean, no reason to go for the medium fixed superstructure as opposed to the light fixed superstructure. So I'm gonna care more about defense. I mean, he gets so much less breakthrough, but if I'm gonna be defending and I want the tanks cheaper, I mean, that doesn't make them that much cheaper though. I think it's worth it to go ahead and do the big turret just so we could do some amount of counterattacking. Let's go ahead and do the wet ammunition storage so we can get more defense, more defense. Oh, armor gives us breakthrough, but not... That is a big tank. 1.35. I think we can afford it, though. I think our industry is Estonia. We're going to be able to afford that. I mean, I could remove this, put torsion bar on. Costs the same, I think, as wet ammunition storage. Yeah. Then I keep the slot, which I could conceivably, yeah, just slap some additional machine guns on me. It does almost double the defense of the tank, which is pretty good. Or do I want to go extra ammunition storage for even more defense, even if it tags over life? I mean, I could dial back the armor just a little bit. Yeah, 99% should be good enough. All right, we'll try that for a tank. Actually, let's probably do this, I think. Maybe we'll want 2 factories on infantry equipment. If you don't know about Asian football, SK is usually a nation qualified for World Cup, and defeating it even on the under 23 match, very nice improvement. SK ranked 23 worldwide in Indonesia. 134 out of every country? That seems kind of crazy to me with how big of a country Indonesia is. Like, all other things being equal, you would assume a really big country just has more, has a bigger pool of, like, big, football players to draw from. I guess it also, but I mean, culture and, like, ability for people to, like, and culture and prevalence of, like, football clubs to, like, nurture talent and stuff probably play a much bigger role than just having a big population, because you have to also be able to nurture talent, I suppose. You're the Chamber of Deputies. I'm probably going to want the Democratic Reformer, I think. Because I think we will want to flip Democratic. Oh, they've just become the ruling party anyways. Never mind, we don't need the Reformer then. Right, so we do want to try and rush the artillery a little bit. Oh, and now we're actually going to need anti-air shoot. Well, we do have anti-air, but I need to be building anti-air, actually, because Soviets are going to have air power, guys. Shocker. Football is Argentina. The greater the number, the worse overall quality. A year ago, Indonesia held a friendly match with Argentina. Indonesia lost 2-0. Hmm. I know, because I mean, usually the Olympics, I feel like, are usually won by um big countries. Usually, 'cause they have like a big pool of athletes, or maybe that's just because they tend to earn more medals because they can field bigger teams. I don't know. Go ahead and get a captive industry, squeeze a little bit more civilian production out of our units. Give me... Add war economy. But we'd have to demobilize, I think. I think that's going to be enough civilian factories. Managed to hold Argentina 2-0 a decade ago. Indonesia lost 11-0 to Uruguay. Yeah, I mean, I know that's the thing with, like, soccer games, is that, like, honestly, if you just keep, like, the score low, just, like, low-scoring games, because you don't tend to score. I mean, in America, we'll have football matches where it's, like, 70-21 or whatever. So the scores are much, much higher, just overall. Do I get any doctrine specific? Kind of annoying it doesn't show the obsolete paths. Did I disable that? Or maybe it's because you could still get down those paths. What do I actually get from doing these? I'd get more infrastructure. Versus... I think, yeah, well, I think we'll just go with the allied trade then. Oh, I can get my extra research slot already. Really? I guess so. Yeah, I know you're talking about soccer. Yeah, American football different from... I mean, that's what I mean, is that in soccer, scores are a lot lower than in American football, because in American football, the scores are much, much higher. But yeah, like in soccer, if you limit a game to, like, 1-0 or 2-1, that's not like, it's not a blowout, whereas uh well, I guess more accurately though, it's a lot more significant winning a soccer game by 1 point if the score's like 2-1 than is like an American football game if you win a score like, 21-20, for example. But yeah, I mean losing a soccer game to like 11-0, yeah, that indicates that the team that scored 0 points didn't do very well on offense or defense. Okay, so if I do ally trade, I don't get any infrastructure bonuses, but that doesn't really matter to me. Research time. This focus will cancel the requirements not met. Boo. Although I don't think we're exporting anything at all, so that should be fine as long as they don't increase our imports. Go ahead, get that guy, and then let me see. So if I go ahead, just take... Let me rename these guys 12 with infantry. And then actually probably want to use this design... use this light. Well, I think it's cheaper to... Is it cheaper to switch these to medium? I use this 15. It's probably about the same then. So this is still an infantry division, then. I think. Versus if I remove that... Oh, never mind. So that automatically changes, I think, based on whether or not it's a infantry or motorized division. So we want it to stay a infantry division because all our infantry bonuses then will apply to the, I think, the division as a whole, not the specific. 70 each of the time, obviously not bad. Yeah, right. Your rate got skyrocketed because of that loss. I mean, yeah, that's the whole thing, is that if you put up a good game, I would say the American football, if you have a very low ranked team, but not even if you don't win, but if you beat, the quote unquote spread, what people think you should have lost by, that's a big deal. All right, I think we'll do this template. I mean, this is pretty solid. 25 armor is kind of a lot of armor. I mean, we'll probably have to intensify the amount of down to 36. Yeah, we're definitely going to need that support. Oh, and I need support equipment then for our engineers. Go ahead, just switch everybody over to these templates. Gives me an idea of how bad the equipment deficit is. Exploit the banks. Oh boy. Oh, I gotta get less than 5% support for the communists. It looks like, well, sounds like we're doing anti-communist raids then. Oh, attack bonus country against the Soviet Union. The long push east. Anti-tank? Why? Why, Paradox? Nobody likes anti-tank. Why would you do this? I think I'll go ahead and do the allied trade and start getting a bunch of these bonuses. Oh, this goes ahead and switches this to free trade anyways. Cool. Because I want those, I want like the 5 factories we can get from that. I would like to start producing rocket artillery. Let's go, but we need more building slots, more production efficiency, more construction speed, and those are all not ahead of time techs. So we do that. I suppose after that factory's built, I should start building land forts. I mean, these provinces... Are these ones not connected because of the lake? Okay, wait, so I think the lake separates... Okay, so we only need to defend, like, this line, then. Would be great if we could... I mean... Yeah, I guess ideally I could, like, defend, like, this river area, but... Ideal. I can do region-wide industrial land integration for more building slots, actually, in our high infrastructure states. Because every factory counts. So I don't get add 2 land forts. So I'm guessing, because this one says add 2 land fort in a province. So this is add it to, what does that mean? Add 2 land fort to like every single province in the state, or what? I already got my extra research slot, right? Yep, yes I did. So we could go ahead and increase our imports. Is there a river here? I think there's a river here. Alright, let's get all those factories. Oh, we get an artillery manufacturer. Oops. Oh well. I don't know if this artillery only affects artillery divisions or if it affects everything. But let's go ahead and just get industrial concern, because I think they're just more industrial techs than electronics techs. So that was our org bonus. So these divisions have 42 org. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Great. Communist propaganda, how dare they? Yeah. Communist influence net gaining? Oh no. I might never be able to do the democracy one. Oh well. May of 1942, great. I mean, I don't think I have anything that gives... Old Srema. I guess that's the island. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so that's like if we wanted to do a last stand to try and hold it, which technically you could. It's 2 provinces, but you'd have no industry, so I think you just get attrition down. Did I not queue up? Yeah, I did queue up another. I mean, this is all forest, so at least it's an 85% attack reduction. What am I hold up on? Support equipment. Whatever. Let's put another factory on support equipment then. Dockyards. Man, I don't really need dockyards. I just really sell them. So I think I want to just go ahead and get more factories. Always want whatever buffs air combat the best, so we'll do air attack and all that stuff. Let's go ahead and get rocket artillery, because rocket artillery with the support company bonus is going to give us a lot of soft attack to our divisions. Which we do actually have artillery designers now we can use. Go ahead and have our division start training. Yeah, we want to go ahead and just do that just so we can get that complete the arsenal for another 4 military factories. That'll be really good. Honestly, do I want to try and start building an Air Force now? I mean, I don't have the Air Force techs is the problem. France is going to run out of trade for us soon. Gonna try to get just like a couple fighters would be good. Up there goes all our French imports. I guess I do need the dockyards for convoy train. I mean, I guess we could just import from Germany. Well, I can't import that much from Germany is the problem. We need to keep doing anti-communist raids. We do technically net gain stability from that, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but It is annoying, to say the least. I mean, factory building trains, because our trains are also going to get bombed, so we'll need trains to maintain our supply. I need to research trucks. How did I get access to Ford? Ford Motor Company. Oh, okay. I guess because other allied companies. Well, alright. Fine, we'll import from the Soviet Union. But I do need to actually get convoys. I could go ahead and make better medium. Can I do... Yeah. So, 3-man turret, small armaments, proof small... wait, did I get the autocannon? I think I need the higher piercing, though, for the German tank, or the Soviet tank divisions. So here's the thing about my treatise of why I do sloped armor now. So you don't get the extra defensive breakthrough from welded armor, but it's only a 10% production cost increase relative to like the plus 20% or plus 40% net production cost increase. So I think it works out more. Although honestly, I might just actually be able to afford going for the higher production cost. Seems like we're producing quite a few tanks at the end of the day. Extra ammunition storage for the extra defense. Throw on some more armor. That is a mighty tank. Can we change their trade law? Or maybe it's because they annexed all that French steel. Let's try to sell some guns, I guess. Or more companies already multinational by World War II. For example, 1942 British strike at Singapore signed and the damage remains of a Ford building that Japan had conquered. Huh. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, it was a really big company, pretty powerful. Not too surprising, but, yeah. Well, shoot. I actually want to do light aircraft, though, for defending, because it'll be a lot cheaper to build light aircraft to defend Estonia. Not that I think we're actually going to be able to produce any in time. Guess I may as well get an air advisor then. Then I want to make a bunch of rocket artillery early to try and catch up. British Raj produces a ton of tungsten? Huh, I never knew that. Because for my division... Yeah, it's a pretty big increase. We don't have... And that's considering we don't have the support company bonuses yet for integrated support and everything, so... Those will only get better. Oh yeah, please buy my equipment, China. It's gonna take forever for you to purchase that much. Does that use convoys? They fix that? Where you don't need convoys as much? Well, I guess ones would always have problems, be like the Philippines and stuff, where they're an island nation, so obviously you have to use convoys to trade with them. Probably would help if I researched machine guns for our planes. 5 months of fuel left. I'm not really worried about that. I assume that's all because of our division's training. It'd be a fun multiplayer game to play as, like, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania all in multiplayer and see how well, like, 3 Baltic players could do. Especially because if you refuse Germany, I think you'd have a war to do with Germany earlier, before the war against the Soviet Union, so that could be some fun stuff. I think Lithuania can also form the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. I'm not 100%. Okay. So, example, we're at 102 soft attack right now. Drop a save really quick, just posterity. 45, so 112, so that's a 10% overall increase in the soft attack of that division. And now if I were to add rocket artillery, yeah, it gets up to 135, which is almost like a 20% increase over the 115 it was before. Yeah, we're not going to add an equipment subsidy to us. Let's go ahead and get the deal with that threat. How many tanks do I have? I mean, I gotta put like 500 tanks on the market. We could probably get a little something for them. I assume somebody somewhere wants some mediums. Problem is, we might not have a market access to, because we're not democratic with countries that actually want medium tanks. Ooh, but maybe not. Ho ho ho, let's go. 1946 Turkey. Why would you do this? Why are they only putting one factory on these orders? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'll be excited to. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll tell me what happens in the future with that for Indonesia. Will Germany pay more? Okay, Germany's paying a lot better, so. Though independent, Estonia has never truly managed to shake off the chains of imperialism from her nation. Germans and Soviets alike have ambitions and designs. Trap Estonia, their respective empires, little to no concern for Estonia's right to self-determination. Let's decide who among the two powers is the most pressing threat. Spoiler, it's the Soviet Union. Oh, does that go ahead? Oh. Well, that already maxed us out to 10. I hate when there are events, and it's like, okay, but what does the event do? Oh, shoot. Probably just breakthrough, yeah. Knockoff phase of the tournament in its entire existence. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would assume that, like, I mean, if this also motivates, like, soccer to become even more popular in Indonesia and people to pursue it more seriously, I would expect Indonesia to um, be raised to a much higher rank than, like, 134, at least. And probably stop training these divisions. I guess I need, like, gonna need separate orders for them to hold these different spots. Oh, no, they don't. Shoot. Well, okay, so it's November 1940. I didn't actually know when that fires. Lithuania folds. I don't know if me resisting influences whether or not other people do it. Stop training, please. Actually, I should keep that division training. Did they get a war goal? Doesn't say they have a war goal. Oh, but they got an event. So the event probably gives them a war goal. Yep. There it is. I'm scared. South Korean coach. We're going to Indonesia. I mean, yeah, I mean, if he was also the former coach, that would imply, he knows a lot about South Korean strategy. Granted, I suppose how long ago it's been between him coaching and everything, but still. Probably waiting to move troops into position, I'm guessing. Whatever. Every amount he delays gives me a little bit more time to get more prepared. Dude, he can attack me from 3 directions there? Ugh. This is gonna suck. If the Soviet war goal... Yeah, there they go. Are they actually going to do anything, though? The AI really doesn't like attacking level 10 forts. I think they've done some coding to deter them from doing that. Honestly, it's probably going to cause me more problems is if he does a naval invasion. Just have too much territory to defend. Problem. Excuse me? Never less level 1. Yeah. 3 directions of attack me minus 394. Wouldn't it only be minus 2? Because the first, you don't lose a fort level, I think, for the first direction of attack, do you? What I tell you about being bombed? I need to move like more divisions up to that province for the time being to help hold it. Yeah, we can't import anything from anybody. I mean, do we excavate any? We excavate, like, basically nothing. Alright, I'm gonna get a little silly here. I'm gonna see if I can trick the Soviet Union into attacking us. If I move half of the divisions out. Man, they take some gnarly attrition, though, from the winter. Yep, there they go. Oh, but they have, like, no attack whatsoever. Yes, I think it's worth it. Because I think in terms of attrition, we're not actually losing manpower. Okay, so we got to keep 2 divisions out. Oh, there it goes. The problem is if he has close air support. If he has close air support, that is miserable for us. "13 casualties to 12,000! 13 men lost, 13,000 casualties inflicted. That is insane. What? 13 Estonians gave their lives to defeat 15,000 Soviets. That's crazy. There's the naval invasion, what I say. I mean, as long as he doesn't have a naval base to get to, he's not going to have a good time. I should not be moving so many divisions, because I need divisions there to cover there. Do I dare try and do seaport strats on him? Problem is, I need to not have land forts in the area if I'm going to do, like, seaport strats on him, but it's probably the only way I have a chance at winning, actually. I don't like having that airbase there, but whatever. Or that port there, but whatever. I just need to hope this... I mean, it should have him encircled, so it shouldn't be too bad, but... This makes me very, very sad. I can't import anything. I mean, in theory, I think once the Soviet Union is at war with Germany, their navy should have a problem, because I assume the German navy can beat the Soviet navy in the Baltic, but... I mean, I basically more or less am trying to survive until Barbarossa happens, more or less. Is there anybody I can import with? In Sweden, I use very few convoys, so I'll try. Because the number of convoys that should be getting raided should be pretty small. But this sucks. I don't think I can make a, I can't do non-strategic... Yeah, I can't do non-strategic material usage, which I'm going to need if I'm going to try and do it. I mean, I have no fuel. I should have done seaport strats, honestly. That's probably what you really need to do against the Soviet Union. Oh, no. That's what I was afraid of. That was what I was afraid of. I mean, they're holding there, so I gotta move them down here. So it added level 2 forts. So it only added level 2 forts, I think, in one part of the state. Or maybe it added it everywhere, I'm not sure. Latvia, why would you betray the Baltic pride? Yeah, I'm losing trains to enemy bombing, which is also not good. I'm gonna do shuffle like this. Five years in, Egypt's your national player play outside. Top tier Dutch league. I don't know that we can. I mean, we have to survive, like, I think 3 more months. I don't know how realistic that is. I have no manpower. Wait, I could change my conscription law at least. Yeah, I mean, once our forts crack, it's game over. 6K to 86K, though. We're not making it easy on him, though. I mean, I guess I gotta take him off. I gotta take him off defending there. I have to dedicate everything to trying to defend this line. Get in there. Ah, shh. That's not good. That should give a pretty big bonus, though, for our visions. We have no... very little fuel. And he did another naval invasion. I think that's it. Steel trade modified, yeah, lack of factories. Yeah, I just don't know if it's feasible defending... If it wasn't for that Latvian front, I could just seaport strap them and survive. But yeah, I probably need to do more... Airplanes are probably more important than I was really using. Just to deter bombing, honestly, because I forgot how much getting bombed sucks. Yep. Well, that was the end. RIP. Yeah, there are paths for that, but I'm trying to do the historical one. Yeah, the problem is, like, the anti-airs, I was trying to max out, I mean, we needed those max forts, so we just didn't really have, I mean, I probably needed to build fewer military factories at the end of the day. We probably didn't need that many military factories, more civilian. Actually, you get so many military factories from events, I probably should have only been building civilian factories the entire time. But man, that getting isolated with the trade, like Lithuania, I think would be a lot easier because we could at least still trade with Germany theoretically. Yeah, you don't have the fuel. I mean, even then, though, getting the air superiority. I think, yeah, if I had to do it over again, I would probably do Seaport strat, naval invasion trapped for the Soviet naval invasion. I just completely forgot. I was like, how can I get them to march to a naval base? I'm like, they'll just do a naval invasion, so then I can trap them that way. Do that, anti-air, more civilian factories, probably more land forts, honestly, because one of the things might be just defense in depth. Like, if I just get knocked back on land forts, and then, Yeah. And I also needed to raise my conscription a lot earlier, because if I had gone up to service by requirement, we would have had like twice as much manpower available, which conceivably could have gotten some more divisions out. I'm wondering. The problem is we just don't have the bigger division, because like since we have such small divisions, I really think superior firepower is better. If we were able to do like 18 with divisions, I would think mobile warfare would be better in terms of like org overall. But I don't know. But I think that's where I'm just gonna call it, because we've done this before with like Austria getting capitulated and Albania getting capitulated. I'm not really up for reloading this. I kind of have a little bit of a headache, kind of a little bit tired. But ooh. I work tomorrow, but then it's the weekend, so I'll be streaming more. Might not stream tomorrow, we'll see. But yeah, hope you guys all had fun. I know it was a shorter stream, but that's what happens when we get capitulated. But I thought we gave a good resistance, and I'm really kind of impressed with the Estonia tree. Pretty crazy um stuff. 3 lone wolf submarine in a small sea zone can delay delay sea invasion pretty effectively. Interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Let me drop the link tree in, just to remind everybody where to follow me. Whoops. Subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Twitch. Apparently it's a lot easier to get monetized on Twitch than it is YouTube. So we'll see if that's a thing to pursue. But yeah, I will talk to everybody later. And remember, leave stream suggestions. I got some other modded stuff I want to do, but I knew this would be I suspected this would be a shorter stream, and I was correct. So yeah, but well, once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.